Our next presenter has dedicated his life to teaching the practice of holistic health and fitness modalities, which integrates the whole person. This means integrating the spirit and mind with the body. He does this through educating and training each individual to understand, become aware, and put into practice advanced techniques throughout their training and lifestyle to bring about lasting health benefits. Please help me give a warm round of my applause to my good friend and colleague, David Fresilli.
You had a good lunch? You feel that nutrition moving through your body? Okay, if any of you are feeling kind of tired, it might mean that you either ate a little too much or you might have had the wrong food, just for you though, not for your person next to you. So what I'm going to talk about in these brief minutes that we have here, and by the way, I will tell you that usually when I talk about these subjects, we're talking for 2 hours or more. So I'm going to give you a brief, but what's really wonderful about today and tomorrow is everyone that's on the stage that you are going to be hearing from is going to be reiterating and getting very specific on many of these that I'll be general about. But I want you to have this big overview of what you can do right now to increase your health, your fitness, and your well-being. Okay? So let's see where we are here. So this is what I call the 6 components to health and wellness, and your fitness goes into that health aspect. You are already doing all of these 6 every moment of your day, or throughout the day. You're thinking, we were just talking about that with the doctor. I'm going to tell you right now that most of you think too much. So I would ask you, if you want your health to improve, stop thinking so much. They say that the average person in your waking hours, if I have my numbers, if I remember correctly, has roughly 60,000 thoughts a day, and that's probably on the low side. 60,000 thoughts in your waking hours. Do you know that probably 59,920 of those thoughts aren't even worthwhile having? And they're causing you stress. The doctor just mentioned that. They're causing you to just go off on different trains of thought, which are not serving you in any aspect of your life. And if anything, they're causing more harm than good. So your thoughts are critical to your health. We know, and you've probably heard this, that the body is a servant to the mind. It's not a slave, but it's a servant. So you've already heard about genetics and how you can change or alter the genetics by your nutrition. Well, we also know that you can alter your genetics by your thoughts. If you want to know why you are the way you are, or let's put it a different way, this will be more fun. If you want to know why your friend is the way he is or she is, or maybe your husband or your wife, they are the way they are because that's who they believe themselves to be, as do you. So when I work with clients, we work on 3 levels: spirit, mind, and body. You have to understand something. You are what is called an integrated being. You are a human being. But the beingness part of you is the bigger part of what you are, the spiritual aspect. The human part, human comes from the Latin term humus, from the earth, from the soil, from the clay. That's the physical aspect of who you are. Now, I'm going to throw something at you. You are not your mind and you are not your body. You're not. Your mind and your body are vehicles of expression of the soul, the spirit, the consciousness that you are. Doesn't matter what you want to call it. So let's just try something, just for a quick moment. Close your eyes. Try to just still your mind down. Even if you're not thinking about anything, isn't there a feeling of, but I'm still here? I didn't go anywhere. So you can open your eyes again. Hi. So the idea here is that stillness is, in a sense, the essence of who you are. That is what is giving life to the mind and the body. And by the way, your mind isn't your brain. Your brain is the organ, the squishy stuff here, that gray matter. It's a computer system. It helps run the body. But again, you're an integrated being of spirit, mind, and body. So if you leave one of them out, you're going to have challenges. So I work with a lot of professional athletes. Incredible specimens of health. Some of them not, but incredible specimens. But a lot of them got a whole bunch going on up in their heads. So they can't work at their top performance because they have guilt issues of all sorts of stuff. And so they sabotage themselves. So we hear about sabotage a lot in trying to lose weight or get healthy, and you sabotage. It is your belief system that is what we are going to call your personality, your ego, your habitual way of thinking, your paradigms. All of those mean the same thing. If you think of that belief system, if I gave you a big yellow legal pad, super duper thick, all the ink you can write with, and I said, write everything down that you believe about yourself, your family, what happened to you when you were 5 years old, how much money you think you can earn, what the world is like. That's your belief system, and that is, in a greater degree, determining your life expression and what manifests throughout your body. So your thoughts are critical to your health and well-being. If you feel you are unworthy for whatever reason, and a lot of us do, something happened when I was 5 years old and it made me feel guilty or unworthy, and so we carry this through our lives and everything that we do. But you don't need to. Why do we hold on to it? Because it became a belief. So you can change your belief system, which is good. Change your self-image. That's beautiful. We talk about that in personal development. That's a wonderful thing. However, I'm going to ask you to do something else and go above that, and I want you to transcend this idea and start truly understanding and experiencing that you are this beingness. And I can prove to you that your personality, your ego, isn't real. Because if it was real, it would be there all the time. But when you go to sleep at night, and you go into deep, restful sleep, guess what? All that is gone. Do you actually remember being in deep, restful sleep? Not dream sleep. When you're in deep, restful sleep, that all goes away. As soon as you start waking up, it kicks in again. It goes, oh yeah, that's right. I'm Dave, and I got 12 patients today, and I got to figure out some time to eat, and I got to work out, and It is not who you are. That is the deepest way to begin to heal, is to start understanding what you truly are. So, breath. You're breathing right now. I know you are, otherwise you'd pass out on the floor. The challenge is are you doing it well? So when we talk about these 6 components, it's always about the level at what you do something at. So if you're living below that line, your body's going to react. So when I use the word react, it's in a sense a negative reaction. Illness, pain, disease, bad mood, everything. Poor digestion. If you're doing it correctly or optimally, you're going to get results, responses, positive. You're going to feel good. Your health, your body, your health and your well-being is going to be optimum. That youthfulness, that vitality, that virility, yes, should all be there with a healthy body. No matter what your age is, just because you're getting older does not mean you're supposed to get sick. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean that you shouldn't be filled with vitality. That's nonsense. It's only about the inputs and how your body is doing the best it can with what you're giving it. So breathing is critical. So everybody sit up in their chair. Oh yeah, this is interactive. Sit up in your chair. You got to put everything down. Put one hand on your upper stomach, below your ribs. Put another hand on your chest. Close your eyes. A lot of closing your eyes with me. Okay? Start breathing. Just breathe the way you normally breathe. And just pay attention to what's moving or what's not moving. So, is your stomach expanding? Or is it drawing in? So we're going to talk about your inhale. When you breathe in, does your stomach expand or does it draw in? Does your chest open up and expand? Does it lift up? Are your shoulders lifting up? Or is nothing moving and I need to put you on oxygen? Okay, open your eyes. So the idea here is you have a muscle called the diaphragm. It's this beautiful muscle, very thin. It's shaped like one of those really cool parachutes. And it sits right here, front to back. And when you inhale, it should contract and open up, upside down. And it pushes the abdominal contents away. It creates what's called a negative vacuum. So it's pulling air into your lungs, and your lungs get pulled down and open up. If you're breathing correctly. So if you breathe and your stomach, everybody can see me, your stomach moves in, that's called an inverted breathing process, and a lot of people do that. It's a protective mechanism. It's a panic mechanism. You're breathing incorrectly, you're not using your diaphragm, and you're causing a lot of physical issues in your body. Other people breathe with their shoulders. You're supposed to be breathing with your belly, not your shoulders. Okay? If you breathe through your mouth, that causes health issues. So just to give a quick little thing, there's something called respiratory acidosis, so acid respiration. So we just talked about that you're not your body. So what's your body? Well, biologically, it's trillions upon trillions of cells and microbes and good flora, etc. So when you're breathing, consciousness is breathing, it's breathing for the trillions of cells that your body is. Cellular respiration. The cells breathe. There's an exchange of oxygen, and then when they breathe out, those trillions of cells, they basically are exhaling what's called VOCs, volatile organic compounds, the waste matter that it has to get rid of. And then that goes into your bloodstream, up into your lungs, it's processed, and you should breathe it out. But if you're not breathing correctly, you're not breathing deep enough, you breathe shallow, which a lot of people do, because we're always slumping and here, and you can't breathe full if you're not in good posture. So to ventilate correctly is critical, because when you ventilate correctly, you get rid of, you breathe out all those volatile organic compounds. But if you're not breathing deeply enough, that builds up, and that changes your pH level to being acidic. And that causes health issues in your body, which actually lead to illness and disease, just because you're breathing. So if you start breathing correctly, and you start thinking correctly, you got two of the big things going on already. And you're doing them, you're just not doing them at the level that we want you to create real health and wellness. And so the next one is hydration. So everybody's got water in front of them. Your body's made up of water. It's not made up of coffee. It's not made up of alcohol. It's not made up of, now I'll be careful with this, fruit juices and soda and anything else that's a liquid. Now, I actually love green juices, and I do them myself. But the idea here is understand that your body, just by drinking high-quality water, can't have chlorine in it. That's not good for you. Shouldn't have fluoride in it. That's not good for you either. But high-quality water, when your body's fully hydrated, just like your cells breathe, they drink. So you know what it's like to be really dehydrated. If I stuck you in the desert for a day or two and made you walk around, you wouldn't feel so good, would you? Skin would dry up, you'd be exhausted. So you gotta drink. So I have 1 minute left. This never goes well with me. That's why you have to come see me talk, because I can't. So the next one is nutrition. You're gonna hear everybody talk about nutrition. I love what they're saying. So what we do is metabolic typing. It's called genetic typing. It's called nutritional typing. Each one of you is slightly individual. It's learning what you should be eating for your genetic type, nutritional type, metabolic type, because some people can handle proteins and fats really well. Myself, lots of fat and protein. I do not do well on carbohydrates. I do vegetables, but I don't do heavy starches. Other people, completely different. You have to eat according to your metabolic or your genetic type, and that can change as you move through this. Exercise is critical. Your bodies are meant to move. These are physical bodies. They have muscle. If you weren't meant to move, you'd be a on the ground. You could do it all just from there. These are incredible mechanisms, incredible, that can heal themselves if you give them what they want. You got to get them to move. And last, sleep. You have to understand something. Sleep is when your body truly is able to heal itself and rebuild itself. If you're not getting quality sleep, you're actually causing health issues, illness and disease, and I'm being given the stop sign. I need more time with you guys. Please come talk to me at my table.